Ah, kindness. What a simple way to tell another struggling soul that there is love to be found in this world. Hello, students, and welcome back. To understand the text of this short story, The Rat Trap, written by Selma Langelov, this is the fourth part of the story. Earlier, we learned that the peddler was trying to spend his night in the iron mill, but he suddenly received an invitation from the iron master. The iron master assumed that the peddler was his old acquaintance and invited him to his home for Christmas celebration. But the peddler, who had stolen 30 kroner from the old crofter, could not go there, and he refused the offer over and over again. But then, when the kind, compassionate, and sympathetic Edla came, with her kind demeanor, her friendly behavior, and soft spoken nature, when she said that you are invited to our home for some time only and you can always leave, the peddler could not reject the offer. And now he is inside the manor house, and let us see what happens to him. Whether he could continue deceiving these people or whether his identity is going to get revealed. It is queer that things have gone downhill with him as badly as that, said the daughter. Last night I did not think there was anything about him to show that he had once been an educated man. Queer, that third word, it means strange. Still, Edla could not believe that the man was educated, and this shows very clearly that how wise she was and how quick an observer she was. Something that his father could not see, she could notice. You must have patience, my little girl, said the father. As soon as he gets cleaned and dressed up, you will see something different. Last night he was naturally embarrassed. The tramp manners will fall away from him with the tramp clothes. So the father was very confident that he had brought the right man, and he was indeed his old acquaintance. Just as he said this, the door opened and the stranger entered. Yes, now he was truly clean and well dressed. The valet had bathed him, cut his hair, and shaved him. Moreover, he was dressed in a good-looking suit of clothes which belonged to the ironmaster. He wore a white shirt and a starched collar and whole shoes. So he was completely transformed from a peddler, completely covered in rags. Now he was wearing a suit. He was completely shaved, bathed, cleaned up, and looked like a completely different person. This is a picture of whole shoes which are made from single piece of flawless leather. So you can see that how well groomed he was completely, the peddler. But although his guest was now so well groomed, the ironmaster did not seem pleased. He looked at him with puckered brow, and it was easy to understand that when he had seen the strange fellow in the uncertain reflection from the furnace, he might have made a mistake. But that now, when he stood there in broad daylight, it was impossible to mistake him for an old acquaintance. So that is when he was completely cleaned up, well groomed, during the daylight, when the ironmaster saw this man, then he realized, looking at him with a puckered brow, with a confusion on his face, who is this? That is not the man I thought him to be. What does this mean? He thundered. Thundered means shouted. What does this mean? The stranger made no attempt to dissimulate. He saw at once that the splendor had come to an end. Dissimulate means hide, Hide, and the splendor, the magic, which occurred to him, and he was so well cared for. It was all coming to an end. It is not my fault, sir, he said. I never pretended to be anything but a poor trader, and I pleaded and begged to be allowed to stay in the forge. But no harm has been done. At worst, I can put on my rags again and go away. So the peddler did not try to say anything because he knew very well that he is now being found out and he could not do anything in the situation, and all he could do is just go away from the place. But the iron master was very angry. How could somebody just come to my home and never say that he is not that person? I mean, the peddler definitely did not undeceive him, but deceived him for sure. Well, said the iron master, hesitating a little, it was not quite honest either. You must admit that, and I should not be surprised if the sheriff would like to have something to say in the matter. So the iron master was definitely very furious. That is why he immediately said that I am going to call the sheriff. Sheriff means a policeman. And the peddler was definitely very angry, confused, and afraid also, because he was trying to hide away, and now this man, the iron master, was saying that he is going to call the police. The tramp took a step forward and struck the table with his fist. Again in the picture you can see how somebody strikes the table with a fist. He was very angry and he could not control his emotions anymore. You know how people always would chase him away, showed no respect towards him, never were kind towards him. So there was too much anger inside him regarding the world and the people. And that is when he was suddenly asked not to go away but the police to be called and haul him up. That is when he lost his cool and decided to counter everything. Now I am going to tell you, Mr. Iron Master, how things are, he said. This whole world is nothing but a big rat trap. All the good things that are offered to you are nothing but cheese rinds and bits of pork, set out to drag a poor fellow. These are the cheese rinds. These are basically on the outer layer. So these are usually taken out and given to rats, and then we eat the inner layer, the softer ones for sure. A poor fellow into trouble. And if the sheriff comes now and locks me up for this, then you, Mr. Iron Master, must remember that a day may come when you yourself may want to get a big piece of pork, and then you will get caught in the trap. So this comes straight from all the agony that he ever felt. All his anger was directed towards the Iron Master. The Iron Master began to laugh. That was not so badly said, my good fellow. Perhaps we should let the sheriff alone on Christmas Eve. But now, get out of here as fast as you can. But just as the man was opening the door, the daughter said, I think he ought to stay with us today. I don't want him to go. And with that, she went and closed the door. What in the world are you doing? Said the father. The daughter stood there quite embarrassed and hardly knew what to answer. That morning she had felt so happy when she thought how homelike and Christmassy she was going to make things for the poor hungry wretch. She could not get away from the idea all at once, and that was why she had interceded for the vagabond. Interceded means negotiated. So this was a strange move from the side of Edla. She was going against her father. In the beginning she was embarrassed also what to say, and she was standing in front of an elder, but she could not let her emotions get away. That when she felt that we are going to help somebody during the Christmas season, And such a good thing that is. After all, Christmas is all about giving. And we have got a chance to help out somebody who is so unfortunate. Wretch, WRETCH, the word in the last line, means unfortunate. So she was very happy that they are going to help out an unfortunate man. And now they are asking him to go. And that too when they themselves went there and brought him against his wishes. So this shows that Edla was very brave because she was countering what her father was saying. And she was very confident also. The way she spoke and how she is going to. Now look at that. She could not get away from the idea all at once, and that was why she had interceded for the vagabond. I am thinking of this stranger here, said the young girl. He walks and walks the whole year long, and there is probably not a single place in the whole country where he is welcome and can feel at home. Wherever he turns, he is chased away. Always he is afraid of being arrested and cross-examined. I should like to have him enjoy a day of peace with us here, just one in the whole year. This shows her confidence. This shows that how she has used each and every word with so much compassion and generosity towards a poor fellow, no matter who he was. Now he was a complete stranger. The whole family knew it. Still, she decided to stand for him. She wanted to help him. Only for a day. But doing something like that only for a day also takes a lot of courage. You cannot let a complete stranger be with you on any festival. But Edla was taking the chance. The Iron Master mumbled something in his beard. He could not bring himself to oppose her, and that is how her command was. Command not forcefully, but because of her compassionate behavior. It was all a mistake, of course, she continued. But anyway, I don't think we ought to chase away a human being whom we have asked to come here, and to whom we have promised Christmas cheer. This shows that how big a heart she had. And she knew very well that they were the ones who forced the peddler to come over. And now they were the ones who were sending him away, chasing him away so unsympathetically. And that is so very wrong. Not for somebody else, but for themselves. You do preach worse than a parson, said the Iron Master. I only hope you won't have to regret this. Parson, as you can see the picture, a priest or a father commonly known. The young girl took the stranger by the hand and led him up to the table. Now sit down and eat, she said. For she could see that her father had given in. So because of Edla, the father could not say a single word, and he also had to agree to let the stranger, the peddler, stay in their home for Christmas. And that is when she took the peddler and asked him to eat something. The man with the rat trap said not a word. He only sat down and helped himself to the food. So sometimes miracles are just good people with kind hearts. And Edla is one such character. Very different from the normal people. Well, peddler met the old crofter also, who too was very kind, generous, compassionate, like Edla. But Edla here, after knowing about the real identity of this person, after knowing that he was not a captain, he was not somebody from the regiment, still she decided to keep this man inside their home. Time after time, He looked at the young girl who had interceded for him. Why had she done it? What could the crazy idea be? He could not understand how can somebody take my side. I am not known to her. She belongs to the man, the Iron Master. She was his daughter. How could she counter her father for a complete stranger like me? I could be a really bad person and then still she was doing that. What kind of a person she was? How can such a person exist in the world? He had never seen somebody. After that, Christmas Eve at Ramsjo passed just as it always had. The stranger did not cause any trouble because he did nothing but sleep. The whole forenoon he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stretch. At noon they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare, but after that he slept again. It seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as here at Ramsjo. So, students, when we travel a lot in trains and airplanes, we go to airports and bus stations and railway stations, we go to hotels, travel and have fun also. And after doing all that, we come back to our homes. And what is the best thing we like about home? We can quickly jump on the bed, lie flat on it, and sleep at one stretch for hours and hours. It appears as if there is not a single better place than this bed. You can sleep comfortably, soundly in your homes. There is no place like home. And the poor peddler had no home at all. He never slept so soundly, comfortably, without any worries, without any danger. So, for the whole year, he would sleep with a puckered brow, with confusion and fear on his face, in his heart. But on that one day, the Christmas Eve, he slept comfortably. And that is what Edla was saying, that let him have one day in peace for Christmas. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again and he stood for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. But after that, he disappeared again. 2 hours later, he was aroused once more. He then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas fish and porridge. So when the peddler finally was inside the Iron Master's home for one day only, what did he do for the entire day? He only slept. And with this only we come to know that how troubled his life was and how comfortable that one day was and how successful Edla was in realizing the entire situation, helping out a person and succeeding in providing comfort to the poor hungry wretch. I would like to close the session with this particular quote, and it is perfect to be applied on the character and the behavior of Edla Wilmanson. We do not see things as they are. We see things as we are. That was the difference between the attitude of the Iron Master and Edla. Once the peddler, his identity was out, known, Iron Master behaved in a rather angry and furious manner. But it was Edla who was very stable, very wise, and she tried to understand the situation and decided to take a very dangerous but very compassionate step. The question is whether keeping somebody like the peddler who had already stolen something from a very poor kind of fellow, the crofter, whether he would do the same in this posh, rich house or not, or whether Edla, her behavior, would bring a positive change in this unfortunate man's life. That we are going to see in the last part of the story, in the 5th part. But that will be taken up later. For now, I would like to thank you.